Broadcasting from the Paddock Mall Studios, this is WOCA, Ocala, Gainesville, The Villages, 1370 AM, 96.3 FM, The Source.
All right, a little bit late, huh? 8 minutes after 11 o'clock. Thank you for tuning in. I apologize to our next guest. We went along with our last guest, so that's what the explanation is there. Sharon Miller is our next guest. She's the head of small business at Bank of America. And Robin, she's going to talk about you. It's a new study that women entrepreneurs, that's what you are, women entrepreneurs are leading the digital transformation of business. Wait a minute. And that's what you do. You put books online that are all digital. And October is National Women's Business Owners Month. Sharon Miller. Good morning, Sharon.
Good morning, Larry. How are you?
Boy, that's a real digital break. There was a long delay there. I don't know if you can tell, but there's a long delay. So I apologize if we talk over one another, Sharon.
No, that's fine. I can hear you great.
Okay, excellent. And where are you right now?
I am in San Antonio, Texas.
All right, nice place. So tell me about this. Is this this is good news? Especially, I mean, I sit next to Robin every day, and she's probably one of the most amazing entrepreneurs I've ever met, whether it's male or female.
I would agree with you. I've talked to you guys several times before, and I think you're onto something there.
Yeah, I benefit from Robin's ingenious ability to do this. So tell me about what you discovered in the study.
Well, we found that women entrepreneurs are more optimistic than they were last year even. So it just continues to improve their outlook, the environment, the economic conditions that we're in. All of those point toward an uptick. And in fact, 58% of women entrepreneurs told us they expect their revenue to increase in the year ahead. And that's up 14 percentage points from 2017. So that's a pretty big increase. And we've continued to hear that from our clients.
Does the digital aspect of this apply to the product or the marketing of the product, or both?
Both. I mean, what we really honed in on were the processing of digital transactions. So are you using your device to accept payments? In essence? Okay. So 1/3 of women entrepreneurs were currently using their mobile device to accept payments and process digital transactions, compared to 1/4 of men. So that's a pretty big differential as far as what they're using their device for. And then to take that further, they're also using it to update social media. And, when you think about how we operate, women or men, your life is really intertwined with your business and vice versa. So women aren't separating, this is my life, this is my personal life, this is my business. They're using it all. And we can use our mobile devices to help us just do so much more than we used to.
Is it easier now than a few years ago for a woman-owned business to get business loans?
Well, access to capital is something we touched on, and we do every time we survey. So we have 3.3 million small business clients that we serve across the country. And I know you're right there in Tampa and that area of Florida. And business is thriving in that community. I was just in Tampa a few weeks ago and actually stopped by my favorite boutique there right on West Shore Boulevard. And I talk to business owners all the time, not just in Tampa and Florida, but across this country. And although access to capital has improved, and that's what our clients are telling us, there's still room to make improvement. And it was just 30 years ago, Robin, that we had to get a male relative to sign on a business loan in order for us to take out a loan. And so we'll celebrate that in October, that's no longer a requirement. And it blows my mind to think that 30 years ago, we had to do that. Yeah, just 30 years ago.
That would have been 88.
Have we made progress? Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I mean, it's not that long of a distance ago. And it's just Yes, we've made progress, but we know there's still work to do. 40% of our clients are women business owners. And so women are opening businesses at twice the rate of men with half the capital. And at Bank of America, we want to be here to support them.
Has there been anything on that survey regarding sexual harassment within companies owned by women?
We didn't delve into that topic, no. But I would tell you that some of the challenges that we heard from women were all around healthcare costs, and that continues to be the number one concern of our entrepreneurs as we survey to say, what are the greatest issues that you face? What are the challenges that you are having as a business owner? And healthcare costs is one of the big ones. And actually, it increased over the 2017 survey. Healthcare costs, 78% expressed a concern in 2018 versus 68% in 17. So it hadn't gotten easier. It's gotten more complex. And so we need to make sure that we're addressing those concerns and helping entrepreneurs deal with whatever obstacles or challenges are ahead.
So what changed the tide in 1988? What made things change? Was it who was the president in 88? Was it Ronald Reagan? I can't remember.
Yeah, I think so.
George Bush? I don't remember.
I remember now.
But what caused the change?
Well, I mean, it's what caused the change. I mean, it should have changed a long time ago. I think, right? I think it might have been an overlooked. Might have been an overlooked requirement of the states. And so, 30 years ago, it was declared that that's just no longer going to be a requirement to take out a business loan. And a lot of my friends and girlfriends that I talked to that own businesses, and I shared this stat with, they said, "Oh my gosh, Sharon, like I can't even imagine my brother signing for me. He's the least responsible person I know." So, it's interesting to think about this, right? And so, I don't, I'm not sure what, was the straw that broke the camel's back, so to speak, to say it has to change, but it was changed. And thank goodness for that.
And has the technology, like if I go, for example, to, let's say, not a farmer's market, but like we have events here in Ocala a lot where businesses will set up these tables, these 10 by 10 foot tents, and they'll be selling things, and they have their iPad with their little credit card reader. Mm-hmm. Is that a thing of the past now? Do we have something newer than that? Well,
I think it's not a thing of the past. In fact, more people are adopting that than ever before. So, and you're right, Ronald Reagan was the president in 1988. He was in office at that time, and it was just as a fact check, real quick. But no, I think that's the future, and accepting payments on your phone. In fact, 71% accept mobile payments from customers, women, versus 65% of men. So we're using our devices to issue refunds, to accept payments, all of those things that make a financial transaction easier to process.
Do you have a way for us to get more information about what we're talking about? Maybe some lady business owners would like to know more about this. Do you have a special program at Bank of America?
Absolutely. Well, you can go to bankofamerica.com/small business or come into one of our 4,500 financial centers across the country. We are here and want to sit down and talk and have a conversation across the desk.
All right. Very good. Sharon, good to hear from you again. I don't know what happened, but that little delay went away. So something happened. Maybe Ted closed the gap there. I'm not sure. Thank you, Sharon.
There you go.
All right. We'll be right back. We'll be right back.
Have a great day.
The music and magic is Joseph and the Amazing Technicolor Dreamcoat with lyrics and music by Tim Rice and Andrew Lloyd Webber. Now playing live on stage at the Ocala Civic Theater through September